What is going on, y'all? My name is Gravely, and today I want to talk about a pretty large problem in Destiny 2. And that problem actually has to do with the 4 legendary 120 RPM hand cannons that are currently in the loot pool. Those hand cannons are the True Prophecy, the Steady Hand, the Bottom Dollar, and the Igneous Hammer. 2 of which you can technically obtain at any time, and the other 2 only come from specific events. These 120 RPM hand cannons are incredibly dominant right now, and they're literally defining the meta, yet they are incredibly hard to grind for. Take this for example. Quickly, I am just going to go through how you obtain each of the 120 RPM hand cannons. First of all, the only way that you can currently obtain a True Prophecy is by turning in gunsmith materials. And I know that sounds easy enough, but the drop rate for the True Prophecy is so incredibly low that you may end up turning in thousands upon thousands upon thousands of gunsmith materials and not even get a single True Prophecy. Next up, let's talk about the Bottom Dollar. Now this is a bit of an interesting one, since the Bottom Dollar is the only one of these 120s that is available from a playlist 24/7. But there is actually 2 major problems with the Bottom Dollar. The first problem being that a lot of people simply cannot get their hands on the gun. I've seen countless people saying that they've reset their infamy multiple times and still have yet to get a single Bottom Dollar to drop. Now Bungie actually did just slightly increase the drop rate of all playlist weapons, so hopefully this solves the problem of people not being able to get the Bottom Dollar. But that is actually going to bring us to our second problem with the Bottom Dollar. The perk pool on the Bottom Dollar is absolutely massive, as there's 12 different perks that can roll in each of the last 2 slots. Now if you don't already see the problem, let me quickly point it out to you. An insanely large perk pool makes getting the God roll extremely difficult. Moving on, let's talk about the Steady Hand. Now I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys, I feel like the Steady Hand is by far the most accessible of the 120s, since Iron Banner does roll around about once every month. The only thing that is kind of bad about the Steady Hand is that it does have a slightly worse perk pool than the other 120s, but nonetheless it is still a great gun and I'm glad it is very accessible. Now the last 120 hand cannon that we have to talk about is the Trials hand cannon, the Igneous Hammer. Now I'm going to be honest with y'all, I really have no idea where to start with the Igneous Hammer, because I do feel like it can be a very available weapon if it is made the 3-win challenge soon. But as of right now, it has been made the Flawless reward and the 5-win challenge. Now, the problem with that, I know 5-win challenge doesn't seem bad. It seems like a lot of people would be able to get that. But keep in mind, they have been disabling Trials left and right. And when they brought Trials back and Igneous was brought back with the 5-win challenge, Trials was shut down after just 1 day. So if you did not get the Igneous literally on that Friday, you just don't have it, and I feel like that is a huge problem because a lot of people don't have this hand cannon, and it is by far one of, if not literally the best 120 RPM hand cannon in this entire game. But like I said, if the Igneous Hammer is brought back as the 3-win reward, that would be absolutely awesome, as pretty much everyone would have access to it, and like I said, it is a very, very good hand cannon. Now that I have gone over how you get each of these hand cannons, I just want to quickly give my opinion. Personally, I do hope that Bungie makes the 120 RPM hand cannons more accessible, especially the True Prophecy, as it really just makes no sense as to why it is so hard to get, as it was originally a world drop weapon. Why is it not in the world loot pool? Why is it only coming from the gunsmith? It makes no sense. Now as for the other hand cannons, I do think the Steady Hand and the Igneous Hammer are fine. Steady Hand is pretty accessible as it is, and the Igneous Hammer will eventually be the 3-win reward and everyone will have access to it. But as for the Bottom Dollar, we really just have to wait and see if the drop rate buff is substantial enough to make it a more accessible gun. The last thing that I want to say is it is never a good feeling to be locked out of the weapons that are meta. We've seen it with Felwinter's Lie in the past, where people were basically getting punished for not having Felwinters, and I don't want to see a repeat of that with the 120 RPM hand cannons. But anyways, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy it, I would greatly appreciate it if you left a like as well as a comment letting me know what you think about 120 RPM hand cannons in the comments below. And if you really enjoyed this video and would like to see more from my channel, make sure you subscribe. Anyways, it's been Gravely, peace.